Bonjour. I don't really like French. Let's do Italian instead. Buongiorno. Anyway, good afternoon. Today, I am introducing a vlog is reading 100 pages a day for a week. And I know what you're thinking, 100 pages does not sound like a lot. And in theory, it actually is not. I wanted to do it because the only time I sort of give myself to read for fun is on the bus. I have been reading, my bus read has been the Dead Poets Society. Yeah, I'm on basically page 142. So I have 20 pages left. My bus ride is about 40 minutes, and in that time I can probably read about 30 pages, which doesn't seem like a lot. However, I think setting aside time for me to read a complete 100 pages, one, help me get through some books, because I've not finished a book in ages. Two, will place into my mind the importance of unwinding not just from a screen. So I have 20 pages left of this-ish. For the honeymoon, I am probably at least halfway through this book, so we'll say I've got about 200 pages left. Dead Poets Society, this is the book about the movie, so I think the movie came first, this came second. Watch the movie, oh my god. And then the honeymoon is two newlywed couples go on honeymoon, crazy right, in Bali, and they're both from England, and they sort of cross paths and they have dinner together, and there's this really angry guy who basically has an attitude because one of the ladies from the couples accidentally spills her drink on him, and it's whatever. He then comes out dead. One of the ladies from the couple, Sophia, is a journalist, and she's trying to figure out who killed him, knowing that her husband, and then those two people they met on the honeymoon were some of the last people to see him alive. Jamie is a character I do not like. I can't tell if it's a double bluff, whether he's not lying and he's telling the truth, or whether he's lying and deceiving everyone. And I can't really decide. I've now read the book, which in terms of this particular video, I have read 24 pages. Okay, so we're a quarter of the way there. The ending, the last two chapters, and the thing is this is a tiny mass market paperback, okay, it's an hour and a half film in 166 pages, okay. The last two chapters could have had a bit more emotion in them. God, I love it though. It was so good. I'm gonna have to give it, right now I'm sitting at somewhere a 4.25 or a 4.5, simply because it's not the best literature I've ever read in the world. I've read technically greater books. However, I've had a fun time reading it. So I'm gonna give it a 4.25 as of right now. The other 75 pages I will read, by the way, or 76 even, and they will be this book. Again, I haven't checked Goodreads since we last spoke, so I still don't actually know what page I'm on. Yo guys, welcome back to the reading vlog. Basically, I'm on page 366, chapter 70. So of the 100 pages for today, I have 22 left. I'm gonna say it's a psychological thriller in the same way that you don't know who's lying or who's telling the truth. And for the biggest time, I thought Aaron was lying, and then I believed Aaron for the majority of the book, and now I think Jamie's telling the truth and not Aaron. I don't really know what's happening. But I need someone else to be here to know that something is happening, right? There's literally 50 pages left. I can't not. I'm obsessed. It's actually frustrating that I don't know who to believe. brother. What is happening? I've read over the 100 pages, but I'm gonna finish this shit. Oh god. Deadass. He says, okay, so I feel like in the last 100 and how many pages, like 130-ish pages, I've gone back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like whiplash. The whole time I was reading, and I've like not read it, taken like weeks at a time, like break, and it's still like, oh, see, this person's has given it a 3.5 and said that the last 100 pages is when it all fell off, but I thought that was when it all started to like pick up. That's my 100 pages for today. Monday? Done. And I am feeling a fun, fabby romance, to be fair. Plot twist and the do-over. Oh, the one's calling my name. Who have to come together to write. It's giving Emily Henry vibes so bad. But I'm hoping it's going to be good. Pause to read, I guess. And then the do-over, it's like, I'm just thinking it'll be really easy and fun. Hey Gilly Paps, welcome to Tuesday. It's 25 to 10 in the evening, and so far today, I started Plot Twist. I have read 14 pages out of 100. I'm not that tired, to be fair. I mean, I downed a monster at 5:30, 6, so I'm kind of like awake for now. And then I'll come at you tomorrow with actually how much I actually read. But I definitely have to read 100. I've just woken up. It's like 20 past 8. But I did read 100 pages yesterday. And I had read 90 pages in an hour and 10 minutes. Now, I don't know about you, but for me that's like not a big deal, but like that's fast. I was like, oh my god, I'm like flying through this in no time, and I wasn't even tired. I was like, well, how have I done 40 pages and it's not been an hour yet? But anyway, today's Wednesday, and because I went to bed so late and I didn't need to set an alarm, I didn't, so I woke up at 8-ish. Because of my schedule, I'm reading like slightly throughout the day, like on the bus I'm reading like in the day, but mostly it's at night time or in the morning. And right now it's like 5 to 6 in the morning. I have a lecture at 9, but I wanted to talk to you about yesterday. So it's like 8 o'clock by the time I like got ready to chill out, and I hadn't read my 100 pages. I'd read about 30 on the bus, so I had about 70 to go. I did read over 100 pages, so I'm on page 216, which is chapter 31 of Plot Twist. And I want to talk about the book for a little bit. If you look at this book, you see Happy Place by Emily Henry, especially if you have UK covers. Happy Place, right? It looks just like Happy Place. Well, in Happy Place, the narrative goes between present day and past quite like frequently. This one goes back to, we follow Becca Taylor, and she is a primary school teacher. She has like dreams of becoming a children's novelist, like a children's author, and she has an online writer friend from Ireland. She's from Scotland. She has an online author, like pen pal friend called Riley O'Connell. Her bestie dies, and she's like in the pits, and Riley's like, why don't you come here for the summer, like you don't work during the summer anyway, it'll be like a writing retreat, it's whatever. And she's like, okay, cool. So we're like there, we're doing the thing there. We go to the funeral first, obviously, then she gets invited to go to Ireland, and then we're in Ireland with Becca and Riley. All of the flashbacks, I think, aren't necessarily for Becca as a relationship point of view, but I think it's So, because you learn quite a big bombshell at the funeral. I think it's for her best friend, so we can learn what her best friend was like in their youth, in their prime. Only issue with this book, I like this book so far. My only issue is their first kiss. Which isn't really a spoiler, because I feel like you feel like that's coming if you're reading a book about two authors who are writing. One of them's a romance author, and they're writing, like, they're gonna kiss. Their first kiss felt very, like, spurred on, so, like, in the first kiss. Hi guys, editing just coming in here. I wanted to let you know I did redact this audio as well, simply because I don't know if it was spoilers or not, but it's best just to be safe. And to go from just, like, sitting next to each other talking to then just... It's unnatural in a sense. Sometimes when I read books, I can't imagine them kissing. And that's not because I don't think the characters... Spam. It's not because I don't think the characters should end up together. I do. It's because the speed at which they get their first kiss is too fast. Like, it's not, like, slow and languid, and it feels like she's trying to make them kiss because it's the middle of the book and they haven't kissed yet. I'm like, no, if it's the middle of the book, they haven't kissed yet, then that's fine. You can end a romance book at the beginning of their relationship and have it just be the slow burn. So I'm on 216, so I have to read 316, because there are about 340 pages in this book. Nice, cute. I won it 10 years ago. Oh, well, that's not gonna work, is it? Quite chilly. Okay, we have 3 more days of this challenge. It's Friday. Yesterday, I failed. I read, which is the point, I read. I didn't read 100 pages. I read 30 pages, which isn't, like, difficult to do or whatever. That's what I read on the bus, and then I got home after, like, a long day or whatever, and I just had other stuff to do, so I wasn't doing it. Now it's just gone 3:30 on Friday. If I read 100 pages today, this book will be finished with, basically, and I'm gonna do it because it's Friday. I feel a bit more comfortable staying up, like, past my mentally designated bedtime, which tends to be between 9 and 10 o'clock at night, because I have routine and rules, okay? And one of my rules is bedtime. I've had the same bedtime since I was 15. It's not gonna change it, but 10 o'clock will always be my late bedtime. But I planned my day a bit. I've not, like, adhered strictly, but I've done some work. I've done a fucking food shop, finally. The thing is, when I food shop is, every time I food shop, I am my best self, okay? I am not thinking about, like, snacks or, like, I buy myself sweet treats to go in, like, my lunch boxes, but I'm not thinking about snacks. I'm not thinking about, like, if I want to drink some fizzy pop. But I must share with you, Cadbury's hot chocolate, it's £4 fucking. I did buy one this time, but next time I think I might just suffer through a cheap one, because I cannot, okay? The only reason why my food shop was so expensive is because I bought some new books, but they were 2 for £9.50 on Club Card price, so I had to. I've got Daydream by Hannah Grace. Now, if you've been around or seen any videos on this channel, you'll know I didn't really enjoy Icebreaker. It wasn't for me, it's whatever. Wildfire was, like, my do or die for Hannah Grace as an author. If I didn't like it, or if it gave off, like, similar vibes to me, like similar interpretations as Icebreaker, I just wouldn't buy her again. However, I loved Wildfire. It was a lot less spicy than Icebreaker. It was so cute, so cozy. I think it was one of my favourite reads from across the summer months. And then we have Daydream, which is feeling a lot more scholastic. Where am I? I'm at school. So this one follows Henry and Hallie, and I'm going to be honest with you. In the first, I'm not going to lie, I don't remember who Henry is from the first book. But I thought Henry, in my head I just thought he was in a wheelchair. Or is that someone else? Like, there was a guy in the first book, they were having a party, and he had a girl sat on his lap. I'm pretty sure he was in a wheelchair. Because I was like, oh, I love that she has a wheelchair, like a person in a wheelchair, like disability, whatever, visibility, if you will, in a book. And I actually read Icebreaker so long ago, I have no idea who Henry is. Should I Google it? He has a fucking wiki fandom wiki. Oh my god. Big fat slay. Oh, okay, he moved in with Nathan, Gigi, and Robbie. Oh, it was Robbie who was in the wheelchair. I knew one of them was. I fucking, I knew it. I'm excited though. And I think maybe it's good that I don't remember anything about Henry, because then it's just like reading the same book, like a new book, a new story completely, but in the same university. Listen for the Lie by Amy Tintera. Am I a murderer? You tell me. And I was like, I needed a second book, basically. And I knew I didn't want a Danielle Steele one. So I'm going to read you the synopsis. Because I feel like thrillers, I always read the synopsis. And every time I've picked up a thriller with a very bright cover, it tends to not disappoint me. Like, these fun, female-led thrillers tend to be a bit more my style. So we have, my name is Lucy Chase, but you already know that. Yes, I'm the woman who doesn't remember murdering her best friend. You probably think I did it too. I get it. Being found covered in her blood doesn't exactly scream innocent. I'm as frustrated as you are. I'd love to know if I'm a murderer. It's something you really should know about yourself, right? And now, thanks to true crime podcast Listen for the Lie, I could finally have my answer. But how will I live with myself if it was me? And if I didn't kill her, then who the hell did? I'm quite excited. It's not quite like spooky vibes, but it's definitely giving thriller vibes. Plot twist for me, it's going quite well. It's a very fast-paced read. Okay, I know my last update was like a really lengthy one, but it is very fast-paced. At some points, I like throughout the week, like as I've been reading it, I have like really wanted to be reading it. I thought watching Game of Thrones would be a good idea. I mean, it's been on mute for the last like 20 minutes, but I find it fucking. The reason why I'm watching it with Brad is so that like it's exciting. Like I did it with Heartstopper. I wasn't interested in Heartstopper in season 1. Season 2, I watched with Brad, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cute, so exciting. And then he posted episode 1 of season 3, and I needed more, so I watched the whole of season 3. Her wig looks so shit.
Do whatever I want. So episode 2 doesn't come out. It's not my fault. Okay, so this is my seed. Well, not that kind of seed, unfortunately. This is a Minecraft seed we're talking about. What I'm here looking for, y'all, is
Weird, because she was so fucking irritating the whole book, and now they're like besties. Get a fucking grip. You don't have to be friends with everyone. Completely forgot she had a fucking spare test. Do I look like an egg? Oh, he's gay. Knew it, and I moved my eyes down the page and spoiled it for myself anyway. So, you would have just seen me finish Plot Twist by... No, I have no idea who wrote it. I had this thing where, like, when I finish, like, a decent, good book, it's sort of like when I finish, like, an okay TV show. So, like, I'll give you an example. When I finished Wednesday, or You, or even Friends, I was like, okay, now what? I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and be like, oh yeah, I finished that book, you know, these parts were really good, this part wasn't very good, but like overall I really enjoyed it. And that's kind of like what's gonna happen. So I won't really be able to give you a fair review until like tomorrow minimum. So basically what we need to do after this is pick me a new book to read. A Deadly Education was on there, and it needs to be on there because I'm not gonna lie, I'm fucking dying to read that book. I've had it on my TBR for like maybe a couple months. I definitely bought it in 2024. So I bought, or I think so. I don't know. But I have the whole series with me, and I'm really hoping it's good. When I hear stuff about a book, I leave it a couple months and then I read it and then I love it. I had that with Fourth Wing and Akatar. I'm hoping to have the same with Friend Glass. I bought Friend Glass at the same time that all of the girlies, like Sarah and Haley and all that, were reading it last autumn. I then just didn't want to read it, and I read Assassin's Blade and Friend Glass. And I just couldn't pick up Crown of Midnight. I was like, if I do this right now, I'm gonna throw myself off a cliff. I cannot read this series right now. My skincare's done. I suppose I can't really... Well, I can't wait to wake up in the morning for my wavy hair to just not be wavy. I really need a bonnet, I'm not gonna lie. Plot twist. Finished. There we are. Bria Keenan. So obviously Deadly Education is up there. If you don't know what this is about, basically it's picture like a magic school, not like Hogwarts, more like Hunger Games-esque vibes is what I'm getting. And it's either like you graduate or you die. That's the vibes. So sort of a bit like, I suppose like Fourth Wing, but and then see, I wanted to read that one. I think I am feeling a bit cozy fantasy vibes. I have Order of the Phoenix. It's just this book is so big. Like, is there really any need for it to be almost 800 pages? I don't know much about this one either. I know Meg with the books. Shout out Meg. I know she loves this. The Orc Barbarian. What the frick is that? Okay, so we have like this creature, this fantasy creature opening a coffee shop in the magical land where nobody really knows what coffee is. So, you know, bringing in culture. These two, I just don't know, because they're quite like similar. They're both quite thin, and they both start a new series for me. High fantasy, low stakes, good company. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna put them both on my bedside. Okay, and then I guess tomorrow morning I'll decide which one I want to read. The book I settled on to read for probably the last book of this video, simply because it's Saturday today, so we have today and tomorrow, and this book is not 200 pages, it's more like, it's 300 exactly. So far today I've read the first chapter, so I'm on page 24. I'm like a quarter of the way down. The chapter is 24 pages, okay? The chapter is really long. The writing style is similar to Holly Black's Book of the Night, where you feel like bombarding you with all of this background information that you kind of need to know, like contextually, where it's like a mix between like you're in the head of like the protagonist, right? So, and she's feeding you this influx of really confusing fantasy language without explaining what the things are, whilst also giving you the stuff, like her actions that she's doing present time. So like for this one, she's in her room looking for a spell to clean up a soul eater. So not only are we like seeing her do that, but she's also trying to give us context on the school and stuff, because this is the first chapter. And it's giving Holly Black's Book of Night, which I found so difficult to get into, and I'm so upset about it because I really wanted this. I really thought this was just going to be a fun, easy fantasy, and I'm starting to think maybe I should have gone for Legends and Lattes. Hi cutie pies. Well, it seems Jessica cannot read 100 pages a day when uni work starts to seriously build up, and the chapters of a book are 30 pages long. So this is my final roundup. It's currently Monday, so it's been like a week. I read about 20 pages of this, 200 of this, all of this, which is 350 pages, so 550, 570, and then I've read 120 pages of this, 690. Whoa! I didn't even read yesterday. My thoughts on Deadly Education so far. I'm going to love it, I'm not gonna lie. It started off a bit rocky. The first chapter was very info junky. I feel like I've already said this. Despite the fact the chapters are really long, I am enjoying it, and it doesn't feel that insignificant. It doesn't feel that significant to stop reading in the middle of a chapter. My rating for plot twist, I ended up on a 3 stars just in general. It's like enjoyable, it's comfortably enjoyable, sort of like a rom-com movie. It's quite thoroughly enjoyable. It probably won't necessarily be anyone's favourite, but it's definitely not rubbish. The Honeymoon, since I did finish it, I think I gave this 4 stars. Very twisty and turny, very unreliable narrative. Bit slow at the beginning, but thoroughly enjoyed. And then I think I gave Dead Poets Society either 3 or 4 stars, simply because I love the movie and I personally love this. Thoroughly enjoyed. So I would say none of these have been quite disappointing reads. All of them have been quite enjoyable. Do I think I'll continue to read 100 pages a day? No. However, with books that I'm contently enjoying and have quite long chapters, I might just try and read a chapter a day, whether that's half in the morning, half in the evening. But like, I'll see if I'm enjoying the book, I'm gonna fucking read the book. Do you know what I mean? So if you made this far in the video, make sure to like and subscribe and stick around for more bookish or study content. I already have a study with me, like, weekend vlog out on my channel. And then I have a weekly vlog coming soon. I'm just so tired.